The Forex market today has been quite active, largely due to some major economic releases and geopolitical tensions that continue to influence currency movements. Here's a quick breakdown of the key developments. US CPI report. The much-anticipated US Consumer Price Index, CPI, came in line with expectations, showing a 0.4% increase month-over-month, while the annual inflation rate remained steady at 4.9%. This puts the focus on the upcoming Federal Reserve meeting, as inflation data plays a critical role in determining interest rate policies. While this reading is lower than some previous months, inflation is still much above the Fed's target, which could lead to further tightening measures. Bank of England, BOE, rate decision. The BOE maintained interest rates at 5.25%, but a cautious tone was observed in the accompanying statement. With inflation still high in the UK, the central bank signaled that they could continue raising rates to ensure that inflation is brought under control. However, the BOE is closely watching economic growth, which has been sluggish. Eurozone economic data. The Eurozone continues to face economic headwinds, with the latest industrial production data showing a contraction of 0.7% month-over-month, much worse than the expected 0.2% drop. This has fueled concerns that the region could slip into a technical recession, which might weigh on the euro in the coming weeks. Geopolitical concerns. Tensions surrounding global trade and geopolitical conflicts are also in focus today. The situation in Eastern Europe remains fluid, and any major escalation could affect risk appetite, leading to increased volatility in the currency markets. Technical analysis for major pairs. Euro to US dollar. Euro/US dollar support, 1.0850. Resistance, 1.0900. The euro has been struggling to gain momentum as the market reacts to disappointing Eurozone data. Currently, euro to US dollar is holding steady around the 1.0870 mark, just below key resistance at 1.0900. The pair is facing downward pressure as economic uncertainty in the Eurozone continues to build. If 1.0850 holds as support, we could see a slight rebound towards 1.0900, but failure to hold here may result in a deeper pullback towards 1.0800. Pound sterling to US dollar, British pound/US dollar. Support, 1.2300. Resistance, 1.2400. The pound sterling to US dollar pair has been fluctuating around the 1.2350 mark, caught between the hawkish stance of the BOE and concerns about UK economic growth. A strong push above the 1.2400 level could signal further bullish momentum towards 1.2450. However, if the pair fails to break this resistance, it could slip back toward 1.2300 support. With inflation remaining high, traders are likely to focus on any further hints of policy tightening from the BOE. US dollar to Japanese yen, US dollar/Japanese yen. Support, 133.00. Resistance, 134.50. The US dollar to Japanese yen pair has seen some volatile price action, largely driven by shifts in US Treasury yields and risk sentiment. Currently, the pair is trading near the 133.50 level, with a strong support zone at 133.00. A break below this support could push the pair toward 132.50, while resistance at 134.50 could cap any bullish moves. As long as US yields remain relatively high, the US dollar to Japanese yen will likely stay supported. Forecast for April 12, 2025. Looking ahead to tomorrow, there are several key factors that traders will need to keep an eye on. US retail sales report. This report will give us further insight into consumer spending trends in the US. A stronger than expected reading could add more bullish momentum to the USD, while a weaker print could reduce the chances of the Fed continuing its aggressive rate hikes. Eurozone inflation data. The Eurozone will release its preliminary inflation numbers, which could show further signs of cooling inflation, or alternatively, a hotter print that could continue to pressure the ECB for tighter monetary policy. Traders will be watching closely for any signs that the ECB is still committed to rate hikes. BOE official inflation report. Any updates or changes in the BOE's stance on inflation will be critical for the pound sterling to US dollar pair. If the BOE signals more rate hikes are necessary, expect the pound to gain further ground. Trader tips for the next day. Risk management is key. Given the ongoing volatility and uncertainty, it's essential to stick to your risk management plan. Use stop-loss orders to protect your positions and avoid letting emotions drive your trades. Stay updated on data releases. Economic data continues to play a major role in shaping market sentiment. Be sure to monitor retail sales in the US and inflation figures from both the Eurozone and the UK tomorrow. These reports will likely dictate the next wave of price action in the currency markets. Focus on key levels. As we've discussed, the major pairs are currently at key levels. Keep an eye on these levels for potential breakouts or reversals. Euro to US dollar is at a crossroads. Pound sterling to US dollar could see another round of volatility depending on BOE commentary, and US dollar to Japanese yen is heavily influenced by US Treasury yields. Watch for risk sentiment. Global tensions and economic uncertainty could lead to risk-off trading. If markets turn risk-averse, expect the USD to perform well as a safe haven asset, while commodity currencies like the AUD and NZD could struggle. Final thoughts. April 12, 2025, promises to be another interesting day in the Forex market. With inflation data and retail sales in the US, as well as key reports from the Eurozone and UK, traders will need to stay alert and ready to adjust their strategies based on new information. Patience and disciplined risk management will be essential for navigating the potential volatility ahead. Happy trading and stay sharp.